Good evening, everyone. I would like to call to order our swearing-in ceremony for Kelly Gordon, Monterey Park Chief of Police. Please rise as we present the colors. Color guards. To present the Pledge of Allegiance, Captain Scott Weeks.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the invocation by Father John from St. Thomas Aquinas.
Loving God, we have gathered in your name today to give thanks to you for the service of your servant, Chief Kelly Gordon, who you have chosen to lead the Monterey Park Police Department. Assist her with your spirit of counsel and fortitude. May she courageously and wisely guide the people you have entrusted to her care and service. May your Holy Spirit guide every decision she may make. May she lead us, your people, with wisdom and guidance from you, who is the source of all that is good. Keep her and all those who serve with her safe at all times. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you, Father John. Thank you, color guards. How about those Monterey Park color guards, huh? I'll give them a hand. And thank you, Captain Weiss. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ron Bowe. I'm the city manager for the city of Monterey Park, and it is my distinct honor and privilege to be your masters of ceremonies this evening. Welcome, everyone, to this celebratory evening, a long time in the making, but a rite of passage for being a chief. We would like to acknowledge our distinguished guests that are here tonight, beginning with our City Council. Mayor Yvonne Yu, Mayor Pro Tem Lowe could not be with us tonight. He had a work conflict, so he sends his regards to the chief and wishes her well. Council Member Fred Sonoso, Council Member Hans Liang, Council Member Peter Chan, and City Clerk Vincent Chang. We also have tonight several police chiefs from the area. Some of them could not make it and send their regards to Chief Kelly Gordon. Chief of Police Brad Keller, City of Montebello. Shelley Vanderveen, City of Claremont. Roderick Armelin, City of Sierra Madre. And some other dignitaries that we have. Rio Hondo Police Academy Director and City of Covina Council Member, Walt Allen. Yeah. We also have Honorable Judge Stacy Weiss with us. And then we have the Alhambra Unified School District. They have brought today a Alhambra Unified School District proclamation. I will read it briefly, and I will introduce some of the members that are here today. This recognition is awarded to Police Chief Kelly Gordon, Chief of Police of Monterey Park, in recognition of being selected Chief of Police for the City of Monterey Park. We thank you for your generous contributions to the students and the community of the Alhambra Unified School District, and look forward to continuing our mutual efforts in promoting quality education. Best wishes for continued success. And that is from the Alhambra Unified School District. Thank you. And with us from the district, we have Board President Ken Tang. He didn't arrive yet? Okay, right. We have Superintendent Denise Amarillo. Assistant Superintendent Student Support Pat Mahoney. Assistant Superintendent for Education Janet Lee. Assistant Superintendent Finance, Josephine Kwok. No? Oh, she didn't make it? Okay. All right. And from the Monterey Park Executive Team, we have Assistant City Manager Inez Alvarez, Fire Chief Matt Halleck, Librarian Diana Garcia, Director of Management Services, Martha Garcia. Director of Public Works, Frank Lopez. Director of Human Resources and Risk Management, Christine Tomikawa. Director of Community Services and Recreation, Robert Aguirre. And if I missed any dignitaries, my apologies. If you can give us your card or let staff know, and we'll make sure that we clean that up towards the end of the program. But we thank you all for being here. Thank you so much. And we also have retired Police Chief Jones Moy from Monterey Park. So I'm going to talk about Kelly a little bit, which she's going to squirm and she's not going to feel very comfortable. And you know, a lot of you that know Kelly, she's very humble and she kind of keeps to herself and doesn't want to be acknowledged. Well, today, she's going to be acknowledged and she's going to feel uncomfortable. Chief Kelly Gordon began her law enforcement career with the Los Angeles Police Department in January 1996. She then left Los Angeles Police Department in 2000 for Montebello Police Department. She worked numerous assignments as she progressed through the ranks to lieutenant at Montebello Police Department. In January of 2017, she was hired by Monterey Park Police Department as a captain. I must say, one of the best hires we've ever made. In March 2020, she was named as Chief of Police for the Monterey Park Police Department. We'll put a pin in that one because I'm going to come back to that a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit more. She also worked with FEMA Urban Search and Rescue for over 20 years and was part of the National Disaster Search Dog Foundation. She was a canine disaster search specialist, and her deployments included World Trade Center after 9/11, 9/11, sorry, Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Ike, and Hurricane Rita. She has a bachelor's degree from Cal Poly University and a master's degree in leadership from St. Mary's College. She is a graduate of the Federal Bureau of Investigation National Academy and Sherman Block Supervisory Leadership Institute. She was a recipient of the 2013 Assembly Member 49th District Women's History Month Leadership Award and is the recipient of the Montebello PD's Medal of Merit and Meritorious Service Awards. Kelly is sitting the second vice president of the Los Angeles County Police Chiefs Association, treasurer of the San Gabriel Chiefs Association, member of the California Police Chiefs Association Training Committee, and California Police Chiefs Association representing on the League of California Cities Housing, Community and Economic Development Policy Committee. When not at work, she enjoys spending time with her family and friends, which usually involves some sort of outdoor activities and adventure. So let me talk to you about how I feel about Kelly a little bit. And this is what she's really afraid of. I gotta take my mask off, sorry. February 8th, 2020, I appointed Captain Kelly Gordon as the interim police chief just before the pandemic. As we entered the pandemic and declared a state of emergency on March 11th and ratified the emergency on March 18th, stability, structure, leadership was needed going through this difficult time. Instead of going through the process of recruiting someone and not knowing who that someone could be, we had that someone literally in our rank and file. We knew we had a leader, a forward-thinking person, ideas that would guide us through these tough times. Kelly Gordon became our police chief on March 21st, 2020. Literally 1 month after being interim. A momentous day for the city of Monterey Park. I had the privilege of working with Police Chief Roger Johnson, for some of you in the room that may know Roger, in the city of Monrovia. During that time, we went through a gang injunction. That was about, I think, 2010, if I'm not mistaken. Those were tough times. We were dealing with Duroc Crips, MMV, and to actually have all safety personnel converge in the city of Monrovia wasn't something that you always wanted at a city, but you needed. I also had the privilege of being at the retirement for Chief Johnson, and that ceremony was emceed by the city manager, Scott Ochoa, at that time. He mentioned in that ceremony that he could have not imagined going through the gang injunction with any other chief. Well, I can tell you, I'm here to tell you, I could not imagine going through the entire pandemic with anybody else other than Chief of Police Kelly Gordon. Thank you, Kelly. I look forward to building upon our relationship. And without further ado, I will call up Mayor Yu for a few words.
Hi, everyone. This is Yvonne Yu, Mayor of Monterey Park. Actually, I'm quite jealous that Chief Gordon get the in-person sworn-in ceremony, which I don't have my mayor sworn-in ceremony in person yet. So council member Ferguson also suggested that maybe after this we can do a mayor sworn-in ceremony. So actually, it's our honor to have Police Chief Gordon to be part of our team. And me and her actually work for about a year and a half now. And I'm glad that we two are women. We step up to take on the leadership positions during pandemic. I'm sure everybody knows how hard it is, especially for police, with a lot of issues during pandemic. And Chief Gordon demonstrated outstanding leadership. Not only that she guided her team the right way, but then she also had very positive attitude and energy towards the people around her. I wanted to say she's not only work hard, but she works smart. For a lot of issues so far that I've seen her, sometimes she will step up and raise her voice, but sometimes she will step back and avoid conflicts. But no matter what, they're all effective. So I wanted to say, a lot of people ask about what's the success to be a successful leader? And I wanted to say, you need a whole team backing you up. And how do you get respect from the whole team? Actually, the mutual respect is the key. And with mutual respect, everything will fall into the right place. As you can see, the morale, not just the police team, but then everybody at City Hall. I wanted to take this opportunity to also appreciate our council members here, and also our city manager, and also all the department head. You guys work so hard, and we work very well as a team because we have mutual respect. And keep up the good work, and thank you, Calif Gordon, Chief Police Gordon, and for your hard work and contributions. We greatly appreciate it. And actually, in conclusion, we all want to build a better Monterey Park together. Thank you so much. Thank you. And next, I would like to introduce Mayor, Council Member Fresnoso to come up to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everybody. It's still afternoon. It's a privilege to be here today, and nice to see all our police personnel in their finest blue. And I was going to wear my Dodger blue tonight, but it's a time to celebrate tonight, not a time to mourn. Haven't really spent a whole lot of time with Chief Kelly. Don't know really a whole lot about her. I've only been in office just going on under 2 years now. But on Saturday, I was watching the game, and the game was over, and I got a phone call, and it was Chief Kelly on the phone, and just found out she's just a real compassionate person. And she goes, "Fred, I just saw that the Dodgers lost, and I just wanted to call and console you and just hope that you're okay, and no, don't do anything drastic." And I said, I was just heading towards the cabinet, the bathroom cabinet. I said, "You got some razor blades there?" Because she goes, "No, don't, Fred, don't. We'll send over a welfare check if you need to, or if it's really bad, we'll lock you up in the jail for a few days until you cool down." But just, I'm just kidding, of course, right? But she's just a real marvelous person, a delight to work with, has really put herself forward for the city. One of the things that one of our residents told me back when we were having live neighborhood watch programs was just want to see our city safe and clean. So Kelly and her department, all you officers are doing your part to keep our city safe and clean, and we really appreciate it. So from the bottom of the heart of our residents in District 5, we thank you all for what you do for us. We thank you for your willpower that you show us, and also for putting forth a maximum effort. So thank you all. And now I'd like to introduce Councilman Hans Leon.
Thank you. It's an honor as well to be here today on this special occasion where we swear in our Chief Kelly. It's funny, as Ron, our city manager, was talking about how she came in the midst of COVID, and this whole pandemic thing has kind of been an experience for all of us. At that time, I was serving as the mayor, And I remember, you know, it was the first time that this was happening. We're getting different mandates from the county, from the state, et cetera. And we would have conversations, you know, city council would have conversations with the city manager. And what I would ask Ron, like, what are we doing, Ron? What's the plan? And he would say, well, we have Kelly working on, you know, certain elements of the plan. We have Matt, our fire chief, working on certain elements of the plan. And, you know, during that time, you know, since we were all kind of facing this in the, you know, the first time for all of us, I just remember that as the months went on and the reports were getting back and the plans that were coming forward and just the way that everything was run was very solid and very reassuring that things were being done in the right way. And most certainly, not only Matt, but Kelly played a great deal in that. And also, you know, when the Project Room Key issue was in our city and we were doing our best to contribute to that, we had some challenges as well. Again, Kelly, working along with our staff, was able to create the best kind of outcomes that we want. And just, you know, for everyone here, I want to share with you in the pride that you're feeling. I know the family members, you know, to have this moment occur and to be able to sit in this room and sit here and witness this and create these memories that are going to be part of your family history for forever. But I want to share that with you. I want to congratulate you, Kelly. Congratulations to all the family members. And thank you, everyone who put all their time and effort to making this happen. Even though it's a rainy day today, I think it's a fortuitous sign for our future to come. So thank you, everyone, and congratulations, Kelly. And now I'd like to introduce our council member, my colleague, Councilmember Peter Chan.
Thank you, Hans. If you want to know if the person is popular or has the respect of the colleagues, just look at how many people come to the party when you throw one out. And you can see today, well, better keep quiet on that since our fire chiefs are here, because we're over the capacity. So stay with us for a few moments, Chief. Don't evict us because we're over the capacity, and you can see how popular and how respectful that our chief commands. And that's important because just the last year and a half, she earned the respect of not just the colleagues, the councils, the staff, the whole city, residents, everyone. I think that's important. And I still remember a year and a half ago when she was, you know, made chief, and when city manager told me that he decided to make Chief Gordon to be the chief and Matt Halleck as the fire chief. I say, hey, good choice. Because those are the times of uncertainty. That's the pandemic starts. And everyone don't know what's going on. Everyone's, you know, kind of afraid, or uncertainty is something that's the most crucial that you don't know. If you know something happened, good or bad, you can deal with it. But uncertainty is something that's so bad. But Chief Gordon took it and worked on it and stabilized the city. That's important. And during last year, we know the civil unrest, the Asian hate crimes, of course, the pandemic. Everyone's suffering. And the city also suffered. Financially, stability, everything. Everyone, you know, don't know what to do, that kind of things. But we need someone to steer the ship. And so that's why we have the city council, the city manager, the chiefs, all the department heads, everyone work together to steer this Monterey Park ship to the right direction. So thank you so much, Chief Gordon, to do all those things, and all the staff, your colleagues, police officers, firefighters, city staff. Everyone contributed, and I hope in the next few months or so, the pandemic is going to go away. I really hope that, and we go back to normal. And instead of having another party here and having the uncertainty of being evicted by our fire chief, so we can have it back to the council chambers, bigger space, a better party. And so I'm really looking for that. And thank you, Chief Gordon, for all your good work. And thank you, city manager, and all the people that make this possible and make the city a better place. Thank you. And I would like to invite our city clerk, Vincent Cheng, to say a few words. Vincent?
Thank you very much, Councilmember Peter Chan. You know, swearing in is part of the job of the city clerk, at least in Monterey Park. And, you know, we're going to do that, but at this time, I just want to take this opportunity to congratulate Chief Gordon. Thanks for keeping our residents safe. Thanks for allowing us to sleep at night, knowing that you're in charge, along with your department, keeping us safe. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Monterey Park PD, how you guys feeling right now? Pretty proud, huh? Right? All right, that's what I'm talking about, you know. I think for me as a city manager, having relationships with your department directors are very important, and let alone your chief of police. Kelly and I, we meet every week. We talk about many things. Personally, about our families and kids, and share our stories and sometimes our frustrations that we have. But all together, we have a great relationship. And I think that means a lot. I think all the chiefs in the room can attest to that. If you don't have a good relationship with your city manager, it can be a little tough. But my hat's off to all the chiefs in the room. It's not very easy right now being a chief. And we know it's at different times, but I thank you all for what you do as chiefs. So now we have the badge pinning. And the badge pinning will be done by wonderful wife, Christina. And we will get the badge out. I have the badge here. But also, I have, come on up, Kelly. Come on up. Even though she has the stars on her collar, I do have the stars in a nice presentable box that allows her to show it off in her office with everything else. And I don't think people realize, unless you come from either a military background, I'm a vet, so I understand what these stars mean. It's a lot of hard work to get these stars. You know, a lot of years, a lot of struggles, a lot of tough heartaches sometimes getting here. But you're here. You've had these stars on a while, and now you officially have the stars on. So I'd like to give you these stars for you. And then we have the badge pinning. You know, I don't know who else we're going to have here. So now we're going to do the final stage before Kelly gets to address everyone here. It is the oath of office, and I will call up the city clerk, Vincent Chang.
Thank you. So as I mentioned earlier, normally the swearing in is the job of the city clerk. And of course, you know, those words, especially for many of you in this room, I'm sure you know what the words are, and you take those words very seriously, especially, you know, if you're in law enforcement, or for government, etc. You know, we take those words to heart because of the people that we serve and the job that we do. So normally, as I said, I would do that, but in this case, sometimes there are certain people in your life that are very special, and at the request of Chief Gordon, that special person who's going to be doing the swearing in is a very special person as well, because she is a judge. Her name is Judge Stacy Weiss. Now, if that name sounds familiar, I believe she is... There's a gentleman there, he's a captain, that just raised his hand because Judge Weiss also happens to be the wife of Captain Weiss. So at this time, I would like to invite the Honorable Stacy Weiss up here to swear the captain in.
I, Kelly Gordon,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies,
and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
You ready?
I will tell you that is much easier when you're the one reading it and asking people to recite it back to you. I make it a point to each new hire, and I've been very fortunate in the last year and a half to hire a lot of new officers and a lot of new staff. We administer it because of COVID up in my office, but like I said, it's much easier when you're the one reading it versus when you're the one reciting it. I might have a little more empathy now when I do it, because typically I make fun of them, so, you know. So, you know, tonight is a really special event for me. The last year and a half have been very challenging for everyone in this room. Life looks a whole lot different than it did a year and a half ago. You know, it's only taken us a year and a half to have the ceremony. We, you know, pivoted due to weather, but, you know, Ron tells me that in the Hawaiian culture, rain is a sign of good fortune. So I'm gonna take this as Ron knows, I'm a very positive person. I'm gonna take this as a sign of good fortune, that we got the rain that we haven't had in a very long time. So, you know, if you look outside right now, the sun's kind of peeking through, and we've had a good, clean washing today. But I'm going to look at this as a good sign for what's about to come. You know, I appreciate the opportunity to share this occasion with everyone. Everyone in this room has meaning to me. You know, we kept this small and intimate, and so you were handpicked and chosen to be here. And I want you all to know that, because everyone in this room has some sort of special meaning to me. You know, those of us in law enforcement know we can't be successful without the support of our families, especially at this level. And I'm extremely thankful for my family. You know, my incredible life deals with long hours, odd hours, some stress, just a little. Phone calls in the middle of the night, which clearly don't just wake me up. Missed holidays, and there's a lot of other things that go with the job that I don't know that she exactly knew what she was getting into when I said that I was going to be chief of police. And she automatically adds an hour or two whenever she dares to ask me what time I'm going to be home. So I appreciate that. She doesn't shame me, she just adds an hour or two. She's got realistic expectations, more so than I do. I'm so proud of our children, Carissa, Sarah, Nathaniel. I'm so extremely thankful to have each of them in my lives and each of their significant others. You know, we have Alex, Stephen, Sam, all extremely meaningful to me. I'm so happy that my mom could fly all the way from the East Coast, my brother and his wife Erica from Wisconsin. My mother-in-law is here. So it's really special to me to share this. I also have, you know, I think we put out more family placards than anything else tonight. We have my aunt and uncle and my nephews, my cousin John and his wife Nicole, who, by the way, is also my college roommate. So those that know me, I keep lifelong friends. The circle is small, but it's a tight one. And, you know, they always celebrate holidays around my schedule. You know, that's the first question they ask. I've been so blessed to have extended family. You know, Sarah's nanny and papa are here, and they're family. I'm also fortunate to have the support of a great city manager, Ron. I couldn't do my job without the relationship and the support that I get from Ron, especially the last year and a half. The support of our elected officials has been tremendous. You know, it's a little unique because other places, you know, when you go to Montebello, you don't have the city council walking by your office when they come in, because the police station is separate from City Hall. It's not the case for me. So they all pop their head in and say hi, which I have come to really appreciate the fact that I get to see them. Every week when they come in to meet with Ron, I always get to see them. You know, the executive team, all of the department heads, you know, I certainly couldn't do my job without them. We have a tremendous executive team. You know, Leslie, who makes sure that I don't lose my mind. Poor thing, you know, I'm constantly yelling her name. She gets a lot of steps in every day. My two captains, Scott and Eric, tremendous privilege to have both of them as my captains. You know, my fellow chiefs, you know, each of you are here because you've all had a special part. You know, Shelley has always been very supportive of me. And I will tell you, I was at LA County Chief's strategic planning last week and look around the room, and I don't often comment on this, but I'm going to comment here, is Shelley and I were the only two women out of the room out of about 45 men. And, you know, Shelley's retiring in a few weeks, and I'm so fortunate that I have been able to work with her. But, you know, they always say it's good to be first, but it's really important not to be last. So, you know, that's what I try to live up to is people like Shelley who, you know, might have been their first for the agency, but they won't be the last. Rod, you know, he keeps my golf game in check. I know, I got to get it together for Friday. And Brad and I have worked together for a long time. I was very fortunate to work with Brad all the way through my entire time at Montebello. He's been extremely supportive when I became captain and then chief. So, you know, our community is fantastic. But really what I'm, you know, really proud of is when you look around the room and you see the men and women of the department, sworn and non-sworn, the tremendous honor guard that we have, how professional all these men and women are, and what they bring to our community. They really exemplify the best of law enforcement. That's just fact. And the mayor mentioned that there's some things I step back on and don't engage on. That one I'll engage any day on. These are some of the finest men and women, and I'm extremely proud of each one of them. And I couldn't be successful without everyone in this room. There's a lot of hard work that went to this event by city staff, by my staff, last minute move the chairs from outside inside, figure out how we were gonna do this, but they did it. And, I have a fantastic group of friends, they're there, no matter what. There's a couple people in this room that I probably haven't seen in, I'd say Joe and Deb probably at least a couple years, maybe once in between, Rick and Lisa, but it doesn't matter that we always show up for each other. I'm extremely thankful for that. Law enforcement has evolved and adapted a great deal in the last year and a half, whether we wanted to or not. The support of our community keeps us showing up every day and giving our best. We work hard to maintain their trust and to stay true to our mission statement and core values. Our mission statement reads, "We are dedicated to serving our community with respect and pride." Our core values are honor, integrity, accountability. And what I want you to all know is that that's not my mission statement, those aren't my values. We did some work as an agency in the last few months. That was their mission statement and their values that they come up with. Because I let them and drive the whole process. But the one thing that we can all agree on, despite our differences, is that's what we are all about, every day. Monterey Park police officers have consistently risen to the challenges of increased scrutiny, public expectations. As a result, as a department and individuals, we're more resilient, we're better able to overcome adversity, more sensitive to the needs of our community, we're better equipped to assist those experiencing homelessness, those that are maybe experiencing mental health crisis. Bottom line is, I'm proud of each and every one of them. Sworn, non-sworn, we all do it together and we all do it as a team. Just like we do here in Monterey Park. We can't do it without the support of all the other department heads. Can't do it. We all look out for each other, we all take care of each other, sometimes we have disagreements, but at the end of the day, we're all here pushing for the same thing. It's my honor and privilege to serve this amazing group of men and women, this community, here in Monterey Park. And everyone knows I usually like to provide a little levity and fun facts. So I'm sure you'll hear some fun facts about me since my family has shown up strong and the friends have all shown up strong. You'll learn some sort of fun fact. They're our family and my mom's here, so please, let's keep it reasonable. But like I said, I appreciate each of you that are here today. It means more than you can possibly know. I did fight this, kicking and screaming, literally. I will admit, thank you, Ron, for forcing me to do this. And for my wife saying, no, you're going to do this. And for, Scott was the voice of reason at times for me. I know. He's got a different side. I know, he's got a different side. But like I said, I couldn't do any of this without my family, my friends. You all know who you are. Sitting around the campfire and making fun of me when I'm wearing socks with my Birkenstocks. Here, that'll be your fun fact for the night. They may call me Shandles. But, if you can't have fun and have a good time and laugh at yourself, then you miss the sunshine. So as hard as, this last year and a half has been for everyone in this room, there's so much to be thankful for and so much good work that we're going to continue to do. And I just want to say thank you for entrusting me and allowing me to do that. And to thank each of you in this room for all of your love and support, because I certainly couldn't do it without you. So, thank you.
So in closing, I was told that we need to be on a time schedule because the family and maybe others, we got to get to Northwoods Inn. You know, we got dinner waiting, and we're going to haul our rear ends over there as soon as we can. But before we do, and before we close, I've got Ellen here that wants to take a picture from up there because the shot's great down here. And then also, stand by because we're going to pull up some chairs, give everybody a little bit more room to be able to take some pictures. We have the backdrop here. We have other places. We have Ellen here to be able to take pictures, and we've got other people doing videos. So please, let's capture the moment the best we can. And in closing, Alan, you ready? Ready. Okay. All right. Take it. Take the picture. Oh!
Okay, the last one, let's hear it.